Almost any offense you run in college football 25 can work in the middle of the field and allow you to pick up yards, but the difference between being good on offense and being great is finishing off your drives with 7 points. Now, the closer you get to the end zone, the field is going to shrink, and this makes it much harder to score. So having some key plays that you can run that you know will result in touchdowns will take your offensive game to the next level. So in this video, I'm going to break down 4 plays that I love to run in the red zone, with 2 plays to attack zone coverage, 1 that I love versus man defenses, and then a really good RPO. Now, this offense is part of a bigger scheme I'm making where I'm breaking down 3 super spread offenses with each getting their own video. But because they're all run out of the Georgia Bulldogs playbook, you'll be able to mix and match elements from each one to create one unstoppable offense. Now, if you want to check out everything that is out so far for this super spread scheme, I will link the playlist down below. Now, the first play we're going to be running here is mesh and gun cluster. This is a great way to attack zone coverage, and we can get this slot fade wide open in the back corner of the end zone for easy scores. Now, we want to run this with our bunch to the wide side, then take the solo receiver and put him on a streak, then take the receiver who is on a corner route and put him on a post, and that is the setup. Now, the first read on this play is always going to be the auto motioned over slot fade. He's going to run to the back corner, and if the flat defender on this side stays shallow, then we can just drop this in over his head for easy touchdowns. Now, this route works so well because the streak on the inside holds the deep blue defender to the middle of the field, and it just allows this slot fade to get wide open for easy scores. Now, if the flat defender gets deep under the slot fade, then you just want to look to throw the drag as he comes across the field, and this works really good against zone. Then this is also my go-to route they call man coverage, and this drag can just run away from his man defender, and if he has separation, then drop it into him. Then the last option on this play is if the linebackers in the middle of the field bite down on the drag, then we have the post attacking the deep middle of the field. That can be a really good third option. The next setup we have is verticals and gun cluster. This is another amazing way to attack zone coverage, with the tight end up the seam being a great option, but then we also have a slant in the back corner of the end zone as well. To set this up, have our bunch to the wide side of the field, then take the solo receiver and put him on a hitch, then take the middle receiver in the bunch and put him on a slant. Then lastly, you want to take the outside receiver in the bunch and motion him out, and that is the setup. Now, first we want to look to the tight end on the wheel, and the motioned out receiver should pull the flat defender to the outside, and then if the linebackers stay inside, then we just want to throw this tight end right as he wheels upfield. Next, if the tight end is taken away, we want to look to the slant as he goes across the field. Now, the hitch on this side is going to hold down the flat defender, and as soon as the slant is about to clear in behind him, then you can just fire it in along the sideline near the pylon. Now, we have 2 other options on this play, and if at the snap you see the outside corner is staying back and the flat is staying inside on the tight end wheel, then you can just throw the motioned out wheel right as he cuts up field and just get those easy yards. Then if we look to the tight end wheel and that is taken away, and we check the slant and the flat is staying under that, then we have our running back hooking up in the middle of the field, and this is our check down option on this play. Then if you want to take your college football 25 game to the next level, you need to check out my website, Scheme Kings. Up right now, we have part 2 of this red zone offense where I will give you guys 4 more really amazing setups to score in the red zone. It includes more ways to score versus both man and zone, and then another really good RPO. And then up right now, we do have my 2019 LSU and my 2020 Bama offenses that you can run right at this moment. Then I also have a ton of offensive stuff on the site, like my new dual threat QB offense, where I'm breaking down 6 of the greatest running quarterbacks of all time and how you can use them to their full potential in both Madden and college football 25. Then I also have my spread to run offense, where I broke down 3 of the best college football offenses ever. Then I have full defenses on the site, like my Nick Saban defensive scheme and my Bill Belichick defensive scheme, and they are for Madden and college football as well. So by subscribing to the site, you'll get access to all of my Madden 25 content and college football 25 content for one price. And on the site, you can purchase the yearly membership, which will save you $50 over the course of the year. Then I'm also going to be running our super spread sale on the site, and this is going to run until February 21st. Use code SUPER to get 50% off your first month if you do the monthly membership. And if you want to check out the site, I will link it down below. Now, the next play we're breaking down here is Z-Spot and Gun Cluster, and this is an amazing man beater that gives us 4 routes that all beat man and attack different areas of the field. Now, to set this up, come out with your bunch to the wide side, then take the outside receiver in the bunch and put him on a slant, then take the inside player in the bunch and put him on a whip, and that is the setup. Now, first we have the corner route, and we want to look to it first, and if he separates on the break, then you just want to throw this right near the back corner of the end zone. Then if this isn't open, we have a slant attacking the middle and a whip breaking out. Now, these are great because if they shade out with their man coverage to take away outbreakers, then this slant should get wide open as he cuts across the field. Then if they shade inside with their man coverage to take away the slant. Then we have the whip breaking to the outside, and he will get a ton of separation, and you can just drop it in to him. Now, lastly on this play, we have our solo receiver who's running the Z post, and this is another great option, especially if they have no safeties in the middle of the field. As he breaks in, you can just fire it in for the score. Now, the RPO I like in this red zone offense is going to be RPO read bubble and trips tight end offset, and this is a super powerful RPO that gives us 3 great options that all can lead to scores. Now, I always like to run this with the bubble to the wide side, and pre-snap, I like to look at the bubble, and if they only have 2 defenders out over top of our 3 outside receivers, then we are going to have a numbers advantage, and I'm just going to fire it out on the edge, and this should lead to easy touchdowns. Then if pre-snap, they have 3 players out over our 3 players, but then at the snap, some of them fire down on the run, then this is the other time we want to throw the bubble, and once again, now this should just lead to easy scores on the perimeter. Then, if the bubble is taken away, now we have our normal read option on the inside. So if the end crashes down, we can get out and make a play with the QB with his legs. But then if the D end is stopping to actually play our QB, then you just want to hand the ball off to the running back, and this should open things up in the middle of the field. Now, with just what you have for this red zone offense, you are going to be in a great spot. But remember, there is part 2 of this red zone breakdown on Scheme Kings right now that is going to give you way more options to attack in the red zone. But then if you want a full breakdown of the idea behind my full super spread offense and a deep dive into the personnel we are going to be using for this scheme, then you need to check out the intro video for the whole offense right here.